following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Brother Mike back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to Filthy Fridays on Hardcore. Today's Bible study, the COVID Carnival, continues. We're getting hit and hit and hit. Here it goes. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? I don't normally ask you to do that on Filthy Fridays, but man, this information has got to be shared. Somebody's got to say it. I guess that somebody's me. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Phoenix. If you go to the website, hardcorechristianity.com, you'll see all of our ministry services. We have 2 live services every week, Thursday and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. Lots of preaching and teaching in these services. Plus, we have a healing and deliverance service after the teaching, both nights. Both services streamed live on youtube.com/houseofhealingaz. When you go to the website, please sign up for one of our monthly seminars. They're free, very well attended, and very interesting. This month in March, we have our women's seminar, the 3rd Saturday of the month. The 4th Saturday of the month is my in-person deliverance training class at the Deliverance Center. Starts at noon. The women's seminar starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. And don't forget about this summer, our children's deliverance services are starting up this summer in June. We never shut down for COVID, never canceled any counseling appointments, and we've never had any issues with COVID. My lifestyle never changed at all with it. I'm doing exactly the same thing I was doing before, never changed a thing, with one exception. My traveling schedule all dried up. I used to go to different states, different churches, used to go to Tucson 2, 3, 4 times a year. That all dried up because everybody stopped holding in-person services. But other than that, nothing changed at the Deliverance Center. We don't take orders from COVID, period. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website. Love to lift your house for sale. She loves working with Christians, and thank you so much for all the cases you've sent her. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Thanks for going to the PayPal button and sending in your donations. May God richly bless you. The COVID Carnival continues. Here we go. Let me sum up COVID for you. John chapter 8, verse 44 and 45. Jesus is responding to the phony religious leaders of his day. And today, there are far more phony religious leaders around than there were back then. I mean, by far, exponentially. But here's how Jesus would summarize them 2,000 years ago and how he would summarize them today. Quote, "You are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father you will do." He was a murderer from the beginning. He abides not in the truth. There is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks on his own. For he is a liar and the father of lies. And because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me. Welcome to Christianity, folks. Jesus tells us the truth, and nobody believes him. HardcoreChristianity.com. Hey, I tried to pattern myself after him. I tell people the truth, and, a lot of people do not believe me. It is what it is. Not going to change anything on my end. Check this out. Have you happened to notice there was no flu this year? That's a mystery, isn't it? Ooh. Want me to fill the mystery in for you, kind of reveal it for you? Of course you do. Medical reports came out 3 days ago from 2 or 3 different sources. There has been a massive drop in influenza deaths in the United States during the coronavirus pandemic. Can you imagine that? One of Fauci's biggest concerns, and again, this guy is a walking malpractice suit. One of his biggest concerns back in March was, what's going to happen during flu season? Oh my God. This winter is going to be horrible, he said. Can you imagine combining the coronavirus with the flu? I don't want to quote Curly right now from the Three Stooges, but boy, he laughed. He was laughing all the way to the bank, wasn't he? That guy's getting paid off like you can't even believe. He makes up one story after the other. If you believe one word Dr. Fouki says, you are a blinded, deceived human being. Now they're telling us, here's the current lie, the big pitch. Oh, we've been wearing masks, and we've had lockdowns and social distancing, and that wiped out the flu. Oh. Everybody's picking up on the lie. Here's Dr. Drew. Let me read a tweet from Dr. Drew. You're not going to believe it. Quote, amazingly, only 165 patients have been hospitalized with the flu in the United States since October. Last season, we had 400,000 hospitalizations. Ooh. The staggering difference may be due to better hygiene practices, changes in bacterial gradient field, changes in the... I can't even read this thing out. It's so stupid, I can't even read it, folks. He says, changes in the bacterial gradient field. Either way, continue washing your hands. Can you believe this clown? This guy's a Fauci disciple. Unbelievable. They think that wearing masks, which does not work, the Dutch study proved it. Everybody knows it. The reason you wear masks is to perfect the facial recognition software. It's so easy to see. They want to know, wearing a mask, if the software is capable of identifying the person. It's that simple. We are moving to a Chinese society here where everything, everywhere, is under surveillance. There are cameras everywhere now. Everywhere you go, government, state buildings, intersections, streets, freeways. I mean, everything is being videotaped now. And they want to be able to track us. So what's the best way to do it? Well, social distancing. You keep people away from each other so the software can pick your face up better. And so we want you to wear a mask, which doesn't do a bit of good, and they know it. We want you to wear a mask. Now we want you to wear 2 masks. Ooh, gonna wear 2 masks. Now we want you to wear goggles. I wish Fauci would wear 3 masks and a goggle, don't you? I wish he would wear one of those NASA outfits so he didn't have to listen to the guy. 165 patients have been hospitalized with the flu since October, when last year we had 400,000. Did you hear the government say that there's been 500,000 COVID deaths in the United States since this pandemic started? What a joke. That figure is gaspingly inflated. It isn't if you're in New York or New Jersey, where they throw people into nursing homes with COVID. Now there the statistics are holding up. They've been killing those people off left and right. Why? Because they don't need them. They don't want them. They want the useless, unproductive, untaxable people in our society dead. Let me ask you a question. How in God's name could the flu disappear in 2020, 2021? How can that happen among the homeless community? We have record numbers of homeless people in every major city in the United States. Homeless people don't wear masks. They don't social distance. They don't have good hygiene. They don't wash their hands. They don't bathe regularly. What happened to the flu? What happened to COVID? What's going on? The government is now handing out free drugs, crack pipes, syringes, heroin, dope to addicts, to homeless people in every major city in California, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland. They hand out illegal drugs. Can you believe it? Illegal drugs. If they were handing out cigarettes, there would be a public outcry over trying to kill off all the homeless people with lung cancer. This thing's unbelievable. 340 million people live in the United States. and there was a 99.9% drop in flu cases. Folks, don't you understand? All the flu cases, of course you do, they were all coded COVID. Why? Because the hospitals get paid for COVID cases. They don't get paid for flu. They get paid to falsely report COVID deaths. A recent study in Colorado revealed that up to 40% of the COVID deaths were fake. One guy had 3 bullets in his chest. He died of COVID. Folks, we're getting played. We're getting used. They're steamrolling us. The face mask studies, they don't work. Everybody knows they don't work. Fauci even said it. There's gaps in your face mask. When you put it on, there's openings on the side. There's openings on the top. I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, right? I'm an older person. I'm in my 60s. I'm trying to fight off aging a little bit if I can. You go to the gym and people are wearing face masks, but their noses are uncovered. There's gaps in the masks. There is no possible way a face mask can protect you from getting COVID. Now, yeah, if you've got a cold or something and you sneeze and you have a face mask, now that's a different story. That could help stop the spread of a cold or sneezing on people. Obviously, when they say sneeze, you sneeze into your arm, you sneeze into a tissue, you sneeze into your hand, you block it. That's just common sense. That's 100% true. Absolutely. A mask will help you keep you from spreading sneezing and spitting. Okay, I get that. That's it. But it doesn't keep you from getting COVID. It doesn't stop it. Everybody knows it. They're simply trying to control us, friend. They're trying to control us. They told you that thermal scanners work. Every time I go to the spa, you know what some kid does behind the desk? He takes my temperature. What a joke. That has nothing to do with COVID. Not a thing. If you don't have a temperature, it doesn't mean you don't have COVID. It doesn't mean you just got the flu. It's ridiculous. It's all fake. They're trying to make us obey. They want to see how far we go. They want to spot the people who won't obey. They want to single out the people who don't social distance. They want to single out the people who won't wear masks. The facial recognition technology is tracking those people. Those are the people who are not going to obey later. They're stalking us. They're stalking us. Friends, demons of fear are going to start taking over our society. If you are already having anxiety, phobias, and emotional disorders and fear-related disorders, you can be completely delivered. You don't have to listen to all kinds of lies anymore. 602-636-5800. If you've got anxiety over COVID, please come get healed now.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.